Hello, hello, GH Daily Recap fans, General Hospital fans. Listen, here is my General Hospital review for today, June the 10th, 2022. Friday cliffhanger. It was an okay Friday, not really a cliffhanger Friday, but they did have some action. I do have some things that I am going to talk about for Friday. So welcome, welcome. First of all, please click that subscribe button to the channel. So this way you can get notified and hit that alert button so you can be notified and alerted whenever I drop a new video. And please, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. I love thumbs up. So let's dive right in. I'm going to start with Ryan Chamberlain. Ryan Chamberlain. Boy, he was like creepy. He had some kind of vision because Mac was in his face taunting him about what he would do if, what he really wishes he could do to Ryan or what he feels should happen to Ryan, just all in his face. When really Mac, back in the day when Ryan was terrorizing Felicia, what did Mac really do? Come on now. So anyway, he's just in Ryan's face. So Ryan had this vision of himself jumping out of the wheelchair, and being all Hannibal Lecter on Mac, biting his neck. And then you see this bloody face on Ryan. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? What's happening? And then, of course, they showed it was just a flashback from what was inside of Ryan's head. So now we're starting to see Ryan Chamberlain back on the canvas. Okay, Ryan back on the canvas. And then we also had some scenes with Ava questioning Spencer, about, wait, I'm starting to see you're having some feelings for Trina. Then what are you doing with Esme? What's going on? And at one point, it kind of looked if Nicholas hadn't come in with the ice bucket, that the ice should have been melted as long as he was out there. Spencer kind of shut down and said he had to go to Kelly's. Esme, of course, in the hallway, when she was talking to Nicholas, ends up giving them this hug before she walks off. And Nicholas, the idiot, allowed that to happen when nobody can ever know about us, but yet you're going to start hugging me when you walk away. We did not have that kind of relationship before we slept together. So why would you do that now? But see, he's just looking like he doesn't know what to do, Nicholas. Oh my goodness. So then he comes in, and he and Ava, there's a couple of scenes with them talking, long drug out scenes. And she gets close to him. She's like, oh, wait, I know that scent. I know that fragrance. That is Esme's. What is it doing on you? And he looks and he goes, well, Esme just passed me in the hallway. So, her fragrance lingers all over everything. And Ava kind of lets that go. She doesn't say too much about it. But then we get the scene where Finn is actually going to be taking Elizabeth's boys, and of course his little daughter, beautiful, cute little actress, on a camping trip. And Cameron initially was kind of bulking at no, he wasn't going to go after all. And Laura talks to him and lets him know that, you know what, I know you don't want to do it. This isn't for you, but do it for your younger brothers. They need to kind of get out. They need to do something different, get out and walk with them. You might run across something in nature, just she pumped up his spirits as to, you don't want to do it for you, fine, but do it for your brothers. So he agreed to do that. What's interesting to me, though, is why he didn't invite Jocelyn, because she would have gladly gone on that trip camping with him you know, to be with his little brothers and to just, you know, be with Finn, Violet. I mean, she would have gone, but he didn't even probably let her know about it because she's texted him and she's even mentioned that she called him and Cam isn't really responding back to her. So she doesn't understand, you know. And then we, of course, had the scene where Trina got the news that the school might be expelling her or giving her some kind of sanction, and she has to have a meeting with the dean. So at least now she knows that's going to happen. And then Jocelyn was initially trying to say, we should go to school abroad. And Trina's like, I don't even know what I'm doing next month, let alone plan something like that. But then the little cute cop, Rory, he comes in and he's offering to help. And Trina's letting both Jocelyn and Rory know that, look, I have to do this on my own. You know, I have to prove my own innocence and clear my own name. Especially Rory, you're a cop. You can't really get involved with this. This is going to be a trial coming up. And Jocelyn, you know, your case is different from mine. And what was interesting is I understood where she was coming from, but what has Trina ever been able to figure out? Nothing, nothing. So, like I said, where is the real adult help, the real tech help? Well, we see Spinelli's off in Spinelli land doing something else, but what about Brick? He cyber king, he could have found out something. I don't get that whole storyline at all. And then another off topic scene that they had, you know, they've been sprinkling this in, which makes no sense, where Mac is thinking Felicia wants a baby, Felicia's thinking Mac wants a baby, and they finally talk about it. And she's talking about, no, we have a baby. His baby Louise, or Bailey Lou, whatever. I think it's Bailey Louise. So we have a baby. And he's like, oh, you're talking about our grandbaby. Well, in reality, everybody, Mac is in his late 50s or maybe 60 now. Felicia is the same. How would they have a new baby and that baby be healthy? Come on. They really weren't even thinking of, yes, this is soap opera land and Felicia does look really good for her age, but in reality, they are past the brand new let's get pregnant stage. You know, they would have to think we're going to adopt and give a child in need a good start. I mean, but yes, they do have grandchildren. So let's devote and put our time into our grandchildren. So, but it was kind of cute when Laura did, not Laura, Felicia did say, no, we're talking about Maxie's baby. So that was really cute. And then they had a scene with, of course, Curtis talking to Portia in and out, you know, cutting it out of all the other scenes. And he tells Portia what his father's diagnosis is. And as a doctor, she's given him all the politically correct answers. She's given him encouragement as her, you know, significant other boyfriend. And he was saying he feels he may need to get tested. How did she feel about that? And she was saying, well, you could take some time to get tested. I mean, because you haven't exhibited any symptoms, but, you know, talk to your father about it. But you know what was going on in her head, right? This scene right here, where soon as Curtis left the room, she went to this face because she knows her daughter would now be genetically prone to this, which is going to be interesting. So she called, I guess, a doctor colleague or some kind of colleague saying, listen, we need to meet. I have some questions that I need to ask. So she's going to try to find out, you know, the genetic markers and probably the true chain from grandfather to granddaughter. She's not going to be really talking about it that much on the Curtis era, realm, but she's going to be talking about it probably more for herself. So that's what was really, really interesting. Now, I did right now want to take just a few moments, before I wrap up, because I love, love, love comments from fellow fans like myself. And I have a person, a wonderful fan that loves the comment, and I love the comments that this person gives. And they like to give predictions too. Like they are saying that we're debating or thinking about who is Esme's mother. And one of the comments the fan said could be former DA Jessica Holmes, who's a person that Ryan did kill, or Ava herself. But I think I talked about that, that I don't think it's Ava. And then I did some research on former DA Jessica Holmes, and I kind of think the timeline, I mean, she had a story that was volatile, with other characters, and they were actually accused of her murder at first until it was found out that Ryan killed her. But I don't know how much she really knew Ryan. And she ended up being pregnant, but where I read the information from, it never said she either had her baby by the time Ryan killed her. Ryan broke out of wherever he was, and like he always does, and was trying to kill Felicia at the time, but Jessica was at Felicia's house. So he ended up just killing Jessica, just because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, so that was interesting with her storyline. But I do love the fact that, we're getting comments. Give comments. I will talk about the comments, at the end of every section if you give them, because you know what, they give us something to talk about, something to think about, don't they? So this has been my pleasure. This wraps up the week, and probably what I will start to do is at the end of every week, do just a weekly wrap up. I'll put all the week's videos together in one. For you who may not have a lot of time or don't want to click on each and every day to see the recap that I gave, I will just put them together. So if you're checking in on the weekends, you can click on that. It'll play them all in order, and you can still comment. Please, please, please comment, because that's what this platform is here for. It's just for us General Hospital fans to get together and talk about the show and have some fun doing it. So with that being said, I will be back on Monday with Monday's recap, GH recap.